Hey guys, this is Ferociousllama here with MTG Confidant, and today I'm playing some Podless Pod, let's call it. Podless Pod or Melira combo or, whatever you want to call it. It's basically Abzan colors, green, white, and black, and it's mostly creatures. There are 25 creatures and 12 of their spells. And our 12 spells are 4 Court of Calling, 4 Collected Company, so 8 of them are essentially creatures. And then 4 Thoughtseize for disruption. Just because we have to have some kind of disruption against combo, otherwise we'll do really badly against combo. That's what one of the strengths of Birthing Pod was it was able to tutor up a lot of different disruption to mess with you. So anyway, we got 4 Windswept Heaths, 3 Verdant Catacombs, a couple of Temple Gardens, some Razorverge Thickets. The Razorverge Thickets, I'm kind of surprised at how good they are, because a lot of the times we'll draw them on turn 1 and we'll want to play a bird or a noble hierarch, and they don't cost us any life, which is awesome, and we don't have to get a single color land. So Razorverge Thickets are awesome. I might even consider raising it up to 4 in this deck, because there's not a lot of games that go past turn 6 or 7, and we have 4 mana, and sometimes it comes with play tap, sometimes it doesn't, but maybe 3 is just perfect. I just found this list. The mana, I just found a deck on magicgathering.com that was 4 out a daily event. And so I said, well, let's try it out. And I made a couple little minor, very, very minor changes. I think I added another Melira and a Spellskite or something like that. I don't remember. I added a couple of cards, though. And but then it's got, 3 basic lands. Forest, of course, green is our main color because green has the best creatures. And then, we have a plains and a swamp, just in case there's a blood moon or tectonic edge or something like that. Usually it's not a factor, but just in case. And then we have a Gavany Township. Now, one thing that I kind of think this deck might want to run, the only thing is it's kind of a combo deck, so you don't really need it. But a lot of times what will happen is we'll end up with like a Spellskite and like 3 mana guys in play, and we'll need to pump our guys. So I think adding a second Gavany Township might be a good idea, but I'm just going to take the deck out for a spin like this. And the reason, if you look at the deck, everything costs less than 4 except Murderous Redcap, but Kitchen, every creature, that is. The only thing is Kitchen Finks is essentially a win condition also, because if we get Kitchen Finks, Viscera Seer, and a Melira or an Anafenza, we win the game, because we just gain, infinity life, or, a lot of life. And then our opponent can't kill us, and we basically do whatever we want until we can assemble the combo and Murderous Redcap them, or just beat them up with various cards. And then, of course, our Kitchen Finks is also unkillable, because we can just chump block with it, let it die, or chump block, sacrifice, and gain 2 more life, and essentially do that from, their one. Hopefully they only have 1 big guy. We have our Cartel Aristocrat, lets us get, gives itself protection from a color, which isn't the most relevant ability, but sometimes it's very, very helpful when we're playing against something where their kind of strategy is just to get 1 big creature into play that doesn't have trample. It really helps, and it's a sacrifice outlet, so, which is good, especially like if our opponent plays something like Knight of Souls Betrayal or something like that. So, but basically, I think you guys can see is our plan is get Melira or get an Anafenza, because when our Kitchen Finks comes in from persist, or our Murderous Redcap comes in from persist, either Melira says it can't get -1/-1 counters, or Anafenza gives the creature with the lowest toughness a +1/+1 counter. And these will both have 1 toughness, and if it's tied, we pick, even if it's like a bird or a noble hierarch, we pick what we want to give the counter to. So we obviously pick the creature with persist, and then sacrifice it and do it again and again and again and again. So, pretty cool. And I've been playing this deck a little bit, and it's pretty insane, because sometimes it just wins out of nowhere. I was playing an Amulet Bloom deck, and they were beating me down. They were about to kill me, and they had like one more turn to kill me. I had a Spell Scout, so they couldn't, give their Titan Double Strike or anything like that. But I just ended up winning out of nowhere. It was awesome. And then in our sideboard, we have Dismember to kill pesky creatures. Quasali Pride Mage, because sometimes our opponent will play things like Leyline of Sanctity, so we can't Murderous Redcap them, or they'll play and we can't thought seize them, or something that will prevent us from being able to attack, like Ghostly Prison. So we can always tutor up a Qasali Pride Mage with a Court of Calling, or use hit one naturally, semi-naturally with a Collected Company. We got 4 Fulminator Mages against decks like Tron, and there's just a lot of decks that have really greedy mana bases. Since Cons came into Modern, though, and there have been, twice as many fetch lands before. Before there weren't even Windswept Heaths. We were just running a whole bunch of Marsh Flats. And to be completely honest, I think that it's much better how it is now. I mean, we're running 5 basic lands, when before I don't believe we were running 5 basic lands. Pod decks weren't running 5 basic lands. So anyway, Fulminator Mage, good against Tron, good against a lot of the decks that do have greedy mana bases. And, there are still some decks out there that have 3 or 4 colors and just don't play basic lands. So we're going to exploit that, and it comes into play off Collected Company. That's the secret kind of to everything in the sideboard. At least all the creatures in the sideboard is Qasali Pride Mage, Fulminator Mages, Aven Mind Sensors, and Hushwing Gryphs all come into play off of Collected Company. Now, Hushwing Gryph might seem like a terrible idea because it screws us too, but here's what's so great about Hushwing Gryph. If we get a Hushwing Gryph in play and we can combo, but it's stopping us, we'll just be able to sack it, and then problem solved. But it's really there for the Twin matchup. That's what it's for. Twin is very, very problematic, very prevalent. It's, the top deck in Modern right now, so we want to avoid that. We also have 3 Illness in the ranks. The reason we have 3 of them and Hushwing Gryph is we don't want our opponent to just bounce them or, side in a whole bunch of, bounce spells or cards that, get rid of our enchantment. So we want to have something that's, like, sneaky in case we need it. And then Aven Mind Sensor, just, a lot of decks are really dependent on searching their deck for things, like the Primeval Titan Prosperous, what do they call it? I think I called it Frost Bloom earlier. It's not Frost Bloom, it's, I don't know, Amulet Titan, or Titan Bloom, or Amulet Bloom, I don't know. But you guys know what I'm talking about. And so anyway, this is the deck, and let's play it and see what happens.